Alright, disclaimer here before we begin this video. I've had this for a little while. I have a bunch of deck lists as well. I think I filmed my Dragma deck, the actual deck I've been using on streams, probably 4 weeks ago. There hasn't been a change in it. I filmed it for my records, but there just hasn't been a place to put it. I've also got a bunch of other deck profiles I need to film, and a few people have been requesting Evil Swarm. So if you guys have sent me decks and I haven't got the chance to cover them, I'm sorry. Putting out multiple deck profiles in certain times are things I want to talk about a little bit more in depth, take up one video, and it's just, there's so much, because we do everything on this channel between deck profiles, dual commentary, running tournaments for the community, doing things for the community. Streams now take up 2 regular videos at this point, though you get a lot more in those windows. You know, it's just, there's less cumulative information to put out. So yes, if you guys have sent me stuff, including Jimmy Avini, my god, my inbox is so deep from him, or if you just reach out to me in general, as of late, I haven't got the chance to do everything. We're back behind, but hopefully after July 1st into July 4th weekend, we'll be a little bit further up to date. Alright. Also, if you have things you want me to cover as well, please feel free to send them on over, and I will see what I can do. No guarantees, but I'm trying here. Alright. So that concludes that. Now, subnote here. You guys might remember me mentioning a long time ago that I had a decent Rikka deck list. And a lot of you were like, oh my god, Robbie, like, share this. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then I talked to the guy that quit, and he's like on break because there's no events. So there's no interest with him keeping up with the game anymore. So he had to get it from one of his friends. Now we are with where we are here a little bit later than I wanted to, but this is what Gary came up with for Rikka. Now, is this going to be the win-all, be-all, the strategy to win with Rikka? I don't know. I just wanted to point out that this is a build. We were getting good, decent results with it. I figured we'd go ahead and share it with the community. That way, the community can build off the concept and evolve it and see what you can come up with here. So, we have triple copies of Snowdrop, the Rikka Fairy. So you can tribute 1 plant monster, special summon both this card and 1 other plant monster from your hand. But you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except for those plant monsters. You can target 1 plant monster you control. All plant monsters you control currently become that monster's level until the end of this turn. Really cute, cheesy thing here. Imagine a world where you can Lonefire into this, have this in hand, extend out with this, and something else. Bada bing, bada boom, you suddenly have just a massive overflow of monsters on the field. Oh, and you pinged your opponent for a little bit of damage. It's pretty good, right? We also have triple copies of Mudan, the Rikka Fairy. So you can tribute 1 plant monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned by the effect of a Rikka monster, you can add 1 Rikka spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So this will tutor for essentially everything that you, not this, you can basically tutor for, you know, the good stuff in your deck. Then we have triple copies of Rikka Petal. So during your main phase, you can take 1 Rikka monster from your deck, except for Rikka Petal, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except for plant monsters. During your opponent's end phase, while this card is in your graveyard, and you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are plant monsters, you can special summon this card. So we get an end phase special, or we get the ability to tutor for any Rikka that we want. Alright, fun fact, this is a act ability. You can, if this thing somehow survives, I mean, you can do it again. I mean, that is feasible. And then we have triple copies of Rikka, the Rikka Fairy. So when an attack is declared involving another plant monster you control, you can tribute this card from your hand or face up on the field. The monster gains 1,000 attack and defense. If a plant monster or monsters you control is tributed, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense mode, but banish it when it leaves the field. That doesn't matter because we're just going to, exceed with it, and then it's going to just load back up for us to continuously to use that. Then we have one Primula. We have the one Hellbore. These all look the same to me. When your opponent activates a monster effect that targets a monster you control, while you control a Rikka monster, quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or face up on the field, negate that effect. If this card is in your graveyard, tribute one plant monster, special summon this card in defense mode, but banish it when it leaves the field. And you need to call back your level 8. Absolutely free, by the way. Then we have the Primula, the Rikka Fairy. If a monster you control is tributed, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can target up to 2 plant monsters you control. Increase their level by 2 until the end of the turn. Alright? And then you can only use each effect of this once per turn. Another generic extender for you to kind of step on through for the deck here. Alright, now the nitty gritty. We have triple copies of Lonefire Blossom. This basically will tutor through the seeds, or if you need to tutor through the Lonefire on into the Rikka Petal to start combo. It's just kind of dependent on how you open up, per se, in your hand. We got the Aroma Garden. Alright, so yeah, this is one of the times where we got the Thorn. We also opened up, actually that's pretty good. So we Evil Thorn on into the Rikka Fairy. And then, yeah, basically we're going to be able to tutor this on out and start climbing on up through like Jasmine and things like that as well. So yeah, this hand's actually pretty good for full combo. I just wanted to sub-show that the synergy level for that is pretty good. We also have the 2 copies of Aurora Mage Laurel. So if your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can swap some of this card from your hand. If you do, gain life points. Target 1 non-tuner plant monster on the field is treated as a tuner of this card. If this card's in the graveyard, you gain 500 life. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright. We have the 2 copies of the Aromatherapy Angelica. So during either player's turn, you can discard this card, target 1 aroma monster in your graveyard, gain life points equal to the target's attack. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, you control an aroma monster, and this card is in your graveyard. You can special summon this card, but banish when it leaves the field. More extenders for the deck here. So basically throughout the entire engine of things, the aroma engine is basically going to grant you those extenders that you're going to need. Play the 1 Aroma Gardening. If you normally special summon an aroma monster, except during damage step, you can gain 1,000 life points. Alright. When an opponent's monster declares attack, while your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon an aroma monster from your deck. So free life point gain and free special summoning. We have the 1 for 1. Then we have the 1 copy of the Rikka Flurries. So if a Rikka monster you control is tributed, you can make your opponent tribute 1 monster they control, their choice. Alright, and that's continuous. You can only use each effect of Rikka Flurries once per turn. And once per turn in your opponent's end phase, if you control a non-face play monster, this actually detonates, which is actually kind of bad. We have the triple copies of Rikka Glamour. So when you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 plant monster. Add 1 Rikka monster from your deck to your hand, and then if you tribute a monster when you activate this card, add 1 plant monster with the same original level as that. So basically, this grants us tutoring to further go up the ladder for what we want. We have the 2 copies of Human Lens, so you can pay 1,000 life and aroma monster from your deck to your hand. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, you gain 500 life. So additional turn 2, turn 3 plays with the Human Winds. We have the triple infinite permanents for back row. And we have the 1 copy Rikka Sheet. Target 1 face-up monster opponent controls. Also, you contribute 1 plant monster. Players cannot activate that face-up monster's effects on the field this turn. Then if you tribute a monster when you activate this card, take control of that monster until the end of the turn. If you do, it becomes a plant monster until the end phase. It's basically free blank and take control of your opponent's stuff. Then we have the 2 copies of Rikka Tranquility. So when you activate this card, you tribute a plant monster. So summon 1 Rikka monster from your graveyard in defense mode. Then if you tribute a monster when you activated this card, special summon 1 plant monster from your graveyard in defense mode. Double extender, by the way, for this. And we have the triple copies of Solemn Judgment here. Extra deck, we have the 1 Unicorn, the 1 Phoenix, the 1 Halifibrax, the 1 Boral Sword. 2 copies of the Aromatherapy Jasmine. Basic extender for the deck. Definitely something that this deck will combo off of and absolutely love. We have the 2 copies of Teardrop. Detach a material from this. Target 1 monster on the field, tribute it. This is a quick effect if it does maintain that plant. And each time a monster is tributed, this card gains 200 attack till the end of the turn. So, I really wish that was permanent, but it's something. We have the 1 Princess Sylvan Sprite for milling if we need. We have the 1 Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter. Been a while since we've seen this. Then we have 2 Kanzashi, the Rikka Queen. So 2 level 6s. Your monster is distributed except during damage step. You can detach a material from this card. Target 1 monster in the graveyard. Special summon it, but negate its effects. Also, it becomes a plant monster. If a plant monster or monster control be destroyed by a card effect, you tribute 1 plant monster from your hand or field instead. So this basically gives you an extender and revivability for your field. We have 1 Black Rose. Then we have the 1 Aromatherapy Sweet Marjoram. So when your life points are higher than your opponent cannot target plant monsters or control card effects. If this card is Stinger Summon, you can add 1 Humid Winds, 1 Dry Winds, or 1 Blessed Winds from your deck to your hand. This tutors for what we need. And also, if we gain life points, you target 1 card in the opponent's field and destroy it. So basically, this lets us combo up with life point gain and create interruptions on the opponent's turn. Then we have the 1 copy of Rosemary. When your life points are higher than your opponent's, all your plant monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, if you gain life points, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. That card has its effects negated till the end of the turn. In a perfect world where you can set up like the nuts, you'll be in a good position for this. So, what do you guys think about Rikka? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Oh, guys, I'm out. Peace. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.